What's up, guys? So beta 3 of tvOS is here. Let's go ahead and dive in and see what's new. So the first new change can be located in the TV app for tvOS and Apple TV Plus, because now whenever you scroll down between these shows you see here, we now have a new long hold ability where you can either go into the movie or show depending on the series or movies you're trying to select. But if you go down, you can also add it to up next. But if we go ahead and tap go to movie, it's going to take us to this new page, will give us more detail about the film or show that we're trying to watch. Previously, if we actually go back and tap on it again, it would just be this. This is a nice little new feature that Apple added by long holding certain shows and TV shows, because if you are a iTunes movie collector or show collector, if we go into our personal library on films that we purchase and we already own, and if you select a movie like Aliens as an example, where if you just select it, wait for it to load, it'll take us to like a DVD menu type of thing. But now if we go back and you long hold, you can select go to movie now, and it'll take us to this splash screen or whatever the screen this is called, where it'll play the trailer and give you more detail about that film as well as related content. This is a new integration that Apple gave us for tvOS. Now another new change can be located in the podcast app. If we go ahead and select it, we get a new splash screen. But when you launch it, nothing has really changed. It just gave us a new splash screen. Probably some bugs were resolved here. But that's it in terms of new changes that was added on beta 3. Everything else that I'm about to show you are all the new stuff that's coming to tvOS 18. Everything else stays identical, because if we go into Apple TV one more time and we select Apple TV and we go in on the bottom some of these shows right here like Master of the Air. If you look right below here, we do have insights, where it'll display the cast member as well as the actor's true name. Then the fun doesn't just end there. When you launch the controller app, so long as your iPhone is actually on iOS 18, but launching the controller app while the show is playing, if you select the correct TV that's playing that show, there's a now new More to Explore tab, because here you have quick shortcut to skip 10 seconds or go forward 10 seconds on the track, enable captions. But if you tap this eye icon, it'll also show you the actors and insights that are in the film. And this is all utilizing machine learning. So right now it just identify another actor, and you could also see what track is playing in the movie as well, or TV show that you're watching, and add it from here without relying on the actual Apple TV remote, so you don't distract others around. In addition to that, you'll have new enhanced dialog, where this is utilizing Apple's machine learning to not only enhance the speak, but you can also select boost, and it really works really well. You may also reduce the background noise too if it's a bit too much and you're just trying to understand the dialogue in general. And then in captions, we now have auto captions, but these auto captions are different than before, because now whenever you mute your Apple TV, captions will automatically display automatically, and it will also translate a foreign language that somebody's speaking in the film to English. But now, if we go into our Apple Music and select Apple Music, and we go into our playlists, and in the recently added songs, there's that new track we added from that show we were just now recently watching. So it does synchronize it instantly. In addition to that, if we do start playing a track, very similar to like iOS 8, 17 as well as 18 CarPlay, we do get this new icon on the lower right over here, where it'll give you a QR code so others around the Apple TV can scan this and become the DJ in case you're throwing like a house party. And this supports multiple users too, so if people want to start changing tracks without having access to your TV or your Apple TV remote, they could simply just scan that, add songs to the up next track, so everybody can become the DJ. And they do not have to have Apple Music to start having access to this. Only the host Apple TV needs Apple Music. So the photo library on Apple TV also got overhauled. We have a more of traditional iPhone experience when it comes to sharing photos and videos with friends and family members. And if you look closely, the enhanced dialog features can be found on some of these videos as well, really utilizing machine learning, which makes sharing like home videos, if you record that video in a very windy environment, machine learning can actually enhance the dialogues without you having to manually edit anything using software to enhance dialogue. Apple TV has it all built in. Now, for beta 3, unfortunately, we still haven't received the Snoopy screensaver, which will be added sometime soon. But if we do go in our settings and go into screensaver, these are currently the 3 screensavers we have access to. But if you go down, you could do photo slideshow. In portraits, this is one of the new screensavers that Apple added, where just like your iPhone, the time will be behind the object, cutting out a little bit and giving it that cool dynamic effect. But if we go down in photos and slideshow, here you can actually select the memories, your favorites. You can include certain albums. If you're sharing something in your home, you could include that as well. But in portraits, here's what I like. You can actually customize it. So if you want people to be hidden, you can select that. If you have fluffy animals, you could allow them to show. And nature and cities, you could hide them. So it does give you a little bit of customization right there. And it currently is processing in the background right there in the little stats. It does it all automatically, and you can change the change speed too if you want every 2 minutes. So let's back out of here and go into the home menu, because now if you tap the back arrow like always to get quick access to the screensaver, if you slide up, it'll quickly enter you to the different screensavers you can select from. And the next one, the portraits, would be the Snoopy one, but right now, as time making the video, Snoopy isn't yet available. It should be available along the release, the official release of tvOS 18. But this is just a quick overview on how that looks like. I do like this quick ability to change between different screensavers, but as you see right there, portrait still doesn't work. It still is in the iffy beta stage. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But right now it's telling me to check back later processing photos for this screensaver. But in terms of photos and slash slideshow, same thing. I'm unable to select it, unfortunately. So I'm stuck with the traditional ones. Hopefully beta 4 resolves this. But again, I just like that swipe up ability to quickly change between screensavers without having to go in settings. Now for tvOS 18, Siri is also on demand, which means some Siri commands are going to be all installed directly on your Apple TV, so it doesn't have to rely on Wi-Fi anymore for very common commands, which means you'll be able to do crazy stuff like this. Play the TV show Master of the Air and go to 5 minutes and 15 seconds. Now on a perfect day, it'll supposed to resume automatically, but I guess right here I could always go to 5 minutes and 15 seconds. Do that. Then a new ratio of 21:9 will be compatible on Apple TV, which Apple is advertising it to be ideal for projectors. I'm definitely looking forward to that. Now all I need is to get a projector to take advantage of that in the first place. But if you ever start like a FaceTime call on the Apple TV now, of course we have those hands-free gestures to make like little bubbles and stuff like that. But just like on our mobile devices like iPads and iPhones, live captions will now be integrated on FaceTime calls on the Apple TV. And depending on the Apple TV box that you personally own, if you have the one that supports like the Smart Hub ability, on the Home app on your iPhone, you'll be able to manually select the default one in case you have multiple devices all scattered around your household. You could prioritize the hub you want it to be the default one for your smart home appliances to connect to. Before it was just random. As soon as you plug it in, it will randomly select a random hub. Other than that, there you guys have it. That is everything new coming out for tvOS 18. The compatible devices are as shown right here on the screen. Feel free to pause, see if your Apple TV is compatible. But if your Apple TV supports tvOS 17, nothing really has changed on this list. All the older models that supported 17 are also going to be compatible on 18, which is quite nice. And then the public beta should be released sometime next week. But the official release without any bugs or no betas and stuff like that will be released sometime during the fall. Mid-September is what many people are saying. It typically gets released alongside the next generation of iPhones. But other than that, there you guys have it, and thank you guys so much for watching.